Welcome everyone. Today's session is on carry look ahead adder, which is also a fast adder. Parallel adders and subtractors, which we have seen in earlier sessions, are essentially ripple configurations. The effect of the propagation delay would be more and more prominent if the number of bits increases. The carry at any given stage would be available only after the carry of the previous stage has been generated. So that will give rise to delays. Now, the addition of binary numbers in parallel implies that all the bits of, of the sum and carry are available for computation at the same time. But what happens when we take up a ripple carry adder? The carry will be available only after the LSB is evaluated. The carry to the next stage is available only if the LSB is evaluated. So there is a propagation delay from the gates before the correct output sum is available. So the output will not be correct unless the signals are given enough time to propagate through the gates connected from the input to the output. Output of the second stage, we will assume, if we take up a ripple carry adder, the output of the second stage, sum of the second stage or carry of the second stage will not be correct unless you get the carry output of the first stage. Now, when the number of bits increases, what happens? That if there is a delay, the output will take a lot of time to evaluate. So to overcome this, we have a carry look ahead adder. Carry look ahead adder will evaluate the carry in advance, intermediate carries. So if it is a 4-bit triple carry adder, it will evaluate C1, C2, C3 in advance through the scene input carry, and you can evaluate the sum in the later stages. Now this is how the general architecture of a carry look ahead logic looks. Now what happened in ripple carry adder? If you take up the ripple carry adder, in the ripple carry adder, out C1 would have been coming from here, and it would have given input as C1 from here, C2 from here, and C3 from here. Finally, I'll get the C out of this end. But in carry look ahead logic, this is not the thing what is going to happen. I have a carry look ahead logic block over here. This carry look ahead logic block, so I have a carry look ahead logic block over here. This carry look ahead logic block will evaluate the carry from the input carry C0. C0 itself is enough to evaluate C1, it is enough to evaluate C2, and it will also evaluate C3, and the carry will be ready from whatever is your C0. And this is the full adder which you know already. Now in a full adder, this diagram, whatever is replicated over here, is full adder using two half adders. Now for this half adder, so where do I have the first half adder? Let me draw the first half adder. This is the first half adder if you visualize, and this is the second half adder what I have over here. Now in this full adder, what is the output of the first half adder? The sum out of first half adder is AI XOR BI, which is nothing but PI. We call it as the propagate logic. What is BI equal to? BI is, what is your GI equal to? Your generate. Generate will be equal to AI and BI. Similarly, if I take the second half adder, what is the sum equal to? CI, one input you can see is CI XOR with PI. And what is this part? Generate logic equal to? Generate logic will be equal to PI into Ci. So if you can see, the complete carry output will be equal to Gi over here, Gi which is coming from here, it is Gi plus PICI. This we had evaluated. This is PICI. So if I take it for C1, C1 will be equal to P0, P0, C0 plus G0, where C0 is the input carry. Now the carry propagation time is an important attribute of adder. Why? Because it limits the speed with which two numbers are added. To reduce the propagation delay, we must always employ faster gates with reduced delay. That is nothing but we are employing the principle of carry look ahead logic, which I told you already. Now, in the carry look ahead adder, what we have seen two logics, Pi and Gi. So sum and Ci plus 1. So let us see how this we are getting this. Now what is your sum expression for sum? For a full adder, expression for sum is equal to A XOR B XOR Ci. So A XOR B XOR Ci. C I will take. Or okay. So if I write it for an n bit or a 4-bit adder, so let me write it as for 3-bit as of now. 3-bit carry look ahead adder. Then what is your sum 0? Okay, this will become S will become Si, A will become Ai, B will become Bi, C in is nothing but Ci. So C in will become Ci. This is the general statement. Then for the first stage, Si will be equal to S0, Ai will be equal to A0, XOR B0, XOR C0. I have written the symbol whatever I am using in Verilog, but for Boolean expressions you have to write Boolean symbols. This is the for the first stage. But before that, what is Ci? What is your carry output? The carry output of the next stage says C1. C1 will be equal to A0 B0 plus A1 B1 plus C1 will be equal to A0 B0 plus B0 C0 plus A0 C0. Now if I rewrite this or if I simplify this, what is this equal to? This will be equal to A0 B0 plus, if I take C0 common, this will be equal to A0 plus B0. Now we have something known as generate logic. Now what is your Gi equal to? Gi will be equal to Ai into Bi. This part I can write it as Gi, A naught. So in generalized term, Gi will be equal to Ai into Bi. That is the first term. What is your Pi equal to? Pi will be equal to Ai plus Bi. This one is your Pi. So Ai plus Bi. Now what is your generalized expression for carry? Ci plus 1, because I, if I take it as 0, 1 will be equal to I plus 1. Ci plus 1 is equal to Ai Bi, Ai into Bi, so I can write it as Ai Bi plus Ci into Ai plus Bi. This is the expression what we have. If I write it in terms of, because this is carry look ahead adder, I need it in terms of generate and propagate logic. So Ci plus 1 will be equal to, what is the final expression in terms of generate and propagate logic? Ci plus 1 will be equal to Ai Bi is nothing but Gi plus Ai plus Bi is Pi into Ci. This is the general expression for carry look ahead adder. Okay. Now using these expressions, we will see how 3-bit CLA is implemented. 3-bit parallel look ahead adder is implemented. Now, what is the first expression? The first expression will be output of the first stage will be equal to C1 because it is Ci plus 1. I is equal to 0. C1 will be equal to G0 plus P0 C0. G0 plus P0 C0. It is also equal to, I'll write one more terminology over here. So C1 is also equal to A0 B0 plus C0 into A0 plus B0. This is also another terminology. Okay. Now one more thing, sum is equal to A XOR B XOR C. We can also tell sum is equal to A plus B plus C. That is also equal to your sum. So C naught I got. So C1 I have got. Now what is C1? I have written C1 in terms of C naught. In the expression you can see input is the carry input only to get the first stage carry output. Directly from C naught I can get C1. Now let us write for C2. C2 will be equal to G1 plus P1 C1. Okay. So here what is our I equal to? I'll write it as a comment. I is equal to what? I is equal to 1. In the previous one, what was your I equal to? Here our I was equal to 0. So I is 3-bit 0, 1 and 2. 3-bit adder I have taken over here. That means I is equal to 0, 0, 1 and 2. So for I is equal to 1 I am writing. Now C2 is equal to G1 plus P1 C1 I have written. Now what is your G1? G1 we cannot change it. G1 will retain as it is because we are only implementing with calculating the carry which goes to the next stages earlier and keep it with ourselves. So this will be equal to P1. Now what is our C1? C1 is equal to G0 plus P0 into C0. Now what is this equal to? This is also equal to G1 plus P1 G0 or G0 P1 you can write G0 P1 plus P1 P0 C0. So G1 P1 G0 plus P1 into P0 C0. Now if you can see over here, what is happening over here? You can see to calculate C2, I don't require C1. Whereas in ripple carry adder, to calculate C2, I require C1. But in carry look ahead adder, to calculate C2, I still require C0 only. I don't require C1. So I don't require carry 1. I can do away with C0 only with the propagate logic P1 and P0. Now if I take C3, if I calculate C3 and check out, C3 will be equal to G2 plus P2 C2. C3 is also equal to C out because we have taken for 3-bit C add, carry look ahead adder. So what is your I over here? Here my I is equal to 2 and I have substituted in this expression. Ci plus 1 is equal to, I have substituted in the expression Ci plus 1 is equal to Gi plus Ci. So C3 will be equal to G2 plus P3 C2. Now again if you substitute, what will be your C3 equal to? C3 will be equal to G2 plus P3 into C2. Now what is our C2? Our C2 is this expression. So C2 is equal to G1 plus P1 G0 plus P1 P0 C0. So again, if you can see in the expression, I don't have a C2 in this expression, again the last expression. I still can calculate the third stage carry or the output carry with C0 itself. So this again, if I write, this will be equal to G2 plus P3 into G1 plus, okay, by the way, this should not be P3, this should be P2 because it is I. So P2 into G1 plus P2 P1 into G0 plus P2 P1 P0 into C0. So again, if you can see this expression, this C3 expression also doesn't have a C2. So if you can see this expressions, C0 can be calculated using C0 input carry only. C2 can also be calculated using C0 input carry only. C3 can also be calculated using the input carry only. So this is what we are going to use in a 3-bit carry look ahead adder. GI is called the carry generate and it produces a carry of 1 when both AI and BI are 1. So GI is known as the carry generate. It produces an output when AI and BI are 1. In all the other cases, it will be 0. PI is called as carry propagate. It determines whether a carry will propagate into the next stage. The Boolean functions for PI, GI, PI is equal to AI XOR BI and GI is equal to AI into BI. So this can also be a plus. Instead of XOR, it can also be a plus. Now this one I calculated. C0 is the input carry. C1 is G0 plus P0 C0. C2 is G1 plus P1 G0 plus P1 P0 C0. C3. Just now we calculated. Now, how do I write the logic diagram? So logic diagram I've written C0, C0, C1. What is C1 equal to? G0 plus P0 C0. So C0 is over here, P0 is over here, P0 C0 plus G0. I will get C1 like that. I have written the logic diagram for C1, C2 and C3. Now this is a 4-bit adder with carry look ahead scheme. This is a there is a carry look ahead block or carry generate block which will generate the carry ahead and keep it ready. That is this particular block what we have over here. So this block what we have over here is our carry look ahead block. Now this block is going to generate the propagate and the generate signals. We will get PI and GI from the inputs. From AI and BI, we will get PI and GI. C0 will also be one input. So various inputs. So we have taken 4-bit. From A0 and B0, I will get P0 and also I will get G0. What is P0? P0 is, P0 is A0 XOR B0. What is G0? G0 is A0 and B0. And I'm giving this to generate, look ahead generator. Like that I'm calculating P1 G1, P2 G2, P3 G3 because it is 4-bit. Now, what is your sum? Your sum will be equal to C0, C0 XOR with P0. What is the sum 1? Sum 1 will be equal to C1 XOR with P1. But for C1, we don't require C0. This carry generator is generating what? It is generating C0. if you can see, the carry look ahead block is generating C1, it is generating C2, it is generating C3. C0 anyhow we know it is the input. So carry look ahead block is generating C1, it is generating C2, it is generating C3 and C4. But how is it generating these things? These carries are generated by AI and BI logics. AI, BI, A0, B0, B1, A1, B1. All this is responsible for generating this. So what is your sum equal to? Your S0 will be equal to P0 XOR with C0. S1 will be equal to P1 XOR with C1. S2 is equal to P2 XOR with C2. S3 is equal to P3 XOR with C3. C4 we have C4. Now, why do I require, what is the purpose of using a 4-bit adder with carry look ahead scheme? This is used to add two 4-bit numbers, avoiding the propagation delay of the carry which is generating during the ripple carry adders. So in this method, carry will be generated initially only, and that will be used for calculating. So there will be no delay. That is the reason we are going to use a carry look ahead adder. So now this is a hierarchical carry look ahead adder. There in the previous diagram, what was the size of the carry look ahead adder? 4-bit. Now I want to say, suppose I want to implement a 32-bit carry look ahead adder, and I have a 8-bit carry look ahead adder. Then what I can do? First, I will implement a 8-bit carry look ahead adder and use the instantiate that 8-bit carry look ahead adder. How many times? For 32-bit, it is 4 times. So first 8-bit adder will generate 8-bit output. Second one will generate up to 16-bit. So the third one up to 24 bits and the fourth one up to 32-bit. You can write in Verilog coding, you can write the program for 8-bit carry look ahead adder and use that 4 times. You can instantiate that 4 times to get a 32-bit carry look ahead adder. In that way you can generate an n-bit carry look ahead adder by instantiating adders or carry look ahead adders of various sizes. Now let us try to implement carry look ahead adder in Verilog. So this is a 4-bit carry look ahead adder. Now in a 4-bit carry look ahead adder, what do I require? A will be the input, 4-bit adder. A will be input, B, C in, sum and C out. So A is an input which is 4-bit size, B is an input which is 4-bit size. C in is 1 bit, we know the sum is 4-bit, C out we know. What are the intermediate signals a carry look ahead adder will generate for 4-bit? It will generate P0, P1, P2, P3, G0, G1, G2, G3, C1, C2, C3 and C4. Here Cin is equal to C0, so we are omitting C0 and I've taken Cin as C0. Now, what are the signals we have in a carry look ahead adder? We have propagate signal, we have generate signals. So first, assign P0 is equal to A0 XOR B0. I can write everything in the same line. So 4 assignment statements, see the logic over here, 4 assignment statements I've written in same line. Or else the equivalent of this will be assign P0 is equal to A0 XOR B0. In the next line, you'll write assign P1 is equal to like this, assign. So here I'll show in the next one. Assign G0 is equal to A0 XOR B0. This is the first statement. Assign G1 is equal to, this is the second one. And here I can have assign G2 is equal to this one. This is the third one. And what is the fourth one? The fourth one will be assign G3. This is also another way. You can write everything in the single line by putting commas. And this also you can write. I've written assign C naught is equal to C in also. Then what is C1? Our expressions we have again. Everything is in the same line. So assign C naught is equal to C in, C1 is equal to G0 or P0 and C in. This is our expressions which I've written. So these are the various expressions. If you want, we can write assign everywhere. No problem. This also will work. Okay, this is one more expression. So let me go with the comma. C2, C3, C4. What is sum equal to? Sum 0 is equal to P0 XOR C1, C0, sum 1, sum 2, sum 3. Assign C out, end module. For all the expressions which I got from carry, look ahead, adder, I've written the program. Now this program is in data flow modeling style. So let us check the syntax. Each expression can be written using a different assign statement in different lines, or you can write in single line putting commas with one assign statement. Both are correct. So I don't have any errors. Like you can see over here, process check syntax completed successfully is coming from. So let us write the simulation. Now let us do the simulation. So simulation test bench. So I have the test bench over here. I have generated. A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. So now what we have to do? Initially hash 0, hash 0. What is the size of adder we have taken? 4-bit, right? 4-bit 0000 A, and B is also 4-bit. So let us take it as 4-bit. And what is the scene? Carry look ahead adder. So scene should be equal to 0. Then I can give one more test case. Suppose I want to add 5 plus 3. So I'm giving one more test case which is going to add 5 plus 3. So what is the 5? 5 is 101. For adders, scene should be equal to 0. For subtractors, that scene will be equal to 1. 5 plus 3 I told 0, 1, 1. 5 plus 3. And let me take hash say 5. This is an adder, carry look ahead adder. It is better to use it for adders only. Say 6 plus 1. And what I should give? I should give one more initial. Dollar monitor you have to give, which I'm not replicating over here. Dollar stop. After how many time units? Say after 20 time units, I'm going to stop. So initial dollar monitor also can be given. Then only you can see the output in the console window. So there is an error in line 56 near end module. It means I did not put a semicolon over here. That is the error that is shown over here. That is perfect. Let me check the syntax. So 0 plus 0, 5 plus 3, 6 plus 1. So simulate the behavioral model. This is the simulation when output what we have got. The first input was 0 plus 0. Output is 0. C in is 0. So we can see C in is 0, A is 0, B is 0. C out will be 0. Sum is 0. The next one is C in is 0. A I gave 5 plus 3 which is equal to 8. There is no carry output. So here the next one which I gave was 6 plus 1 which is 7. There is no C out. So this is the way I can give 4 tick. Actually it is 4 tick, but I given a 3-bit input. You should give a 4-bit input. The size of the input vector should be 4-bit over here. So let us correct it to 4-bit vector. because we are doing a 4-bit adder. So let me take this as 1 and 1. Let me make it as 0, 0, 0, 0. This will give the result for whatever values we have given. So if I get an error like error 861 failed to link the design, the previous simulator would have not been closed. So you have to close the previous simulator. Then only you will not get this error. So now you can see we have 4-bit inputs over here. Because it is a 4-bit parallel adder what we have done, carry look ahead adder. So 0 plus 0 is 1. I'll leave this. This is correct. So now what is this? This is at this position. Cin is 0. I have given 1101, 1011. So the output will be 11000. So I have a carry output over here 1. See, one more thing I want to tell you. Let us see what is the decimal representation of this number. There is something known as radix over here. If I write it as decimal, I'll get the decimal value. Right click, radix, I can write decimal. I'll get the decimal value. So 11 plus 13, whatever is the value we have got. 6 plus 1 is 7. So 11 plus 13 will be 24. 24 in binary, whatever is the value, the hexadecimal value we will get over here. Let me take this as. You can calculate this, you will get it. You can evaluate, the output will be correct. So this calculation is in binary addition only is taking place over here. So by according to the binary, would have got the output. But you can change the radix. You also have the option to change signal colors, but we will not keep it in red because sometimes we have undefined states and high impedance states in red color. So we generally don't use red colors. We will use the default colors only. You can use any color to view the output. So that's all for today.